Welcome back to Tom's Tourney 2019 here in Bruges, Belgium. We're here for this power pool matchup between CUSB Fotta51 in blue versus the Amsterdam Ultimate Club in white, as Boston de Jong from Amsterdam pulls that one way out of bounds, and CUSB is going to take the brick mark. I'm Ravi Vasudevan here for Ulti TV with Liam Grant. Liam, how you feeling this morning?
Feeling pretty good. Things starting to heat up here, metaphorically speaking, because it's actually very, very cold here in Bruges. But yeah, I'm excited to see this power pool matchup. We saw Amsterdam actually lost to a Scottish team earlier, Alba, by I think 3 or 4 points.
And there, Amsterdam's going to get a quick opportunity for a break with Andres Odessens getting the disc over to Jura Tanja. Tanja's looking for his options. Finds number 44, Aaron Morrison. That's a big layout play there from Luca Togneti to get the disc back for Fotta51, and he gets it passed out of the hands of Arturo Laffi, and Amsterdam's going to get a second opportunity here.
That's not something you see every day, Arturo Laffi, usually so solid.
A Togneti to Laffi matchup.
Yeah, interesting, both of them playing on the O-line. It's often you see Togneti with the Italian national team as a D-line weapon, but playing O-line here.
Wade Hankins picking up the disc, and that one's going to sail way out of bounds as Tora Harms, the Flying Angels Burn pickup for Fotta51, gets a hand on that one and gives Fotta51 an easy short field opportunity. Gets it up to Tora Harms. Wade Hankins going to be underneath it, and Tora comes down with it as Fotta51. Not the cleanest point in the world, but it's going to count all the same. 1-0 here to start this game.
Yeah, veteran Fabio Coppi there with the assist. A bit of a messy point. That hook by Wade Hankin on his near sideline was awful. I'm not sure if the defender got touching it. Better hope he did, because that one sailed about 30 yards out of bounds. It never looked like it was coming in. But yeah, a little bit of a messy point to start off. But yeah, Amsterdam had an opportunity to break. No half times in these games, so starting off on offense, probably a bigger advantage than it usually is.
And that was the downwind sideline. So as you said, Wade Hankins huck going out of bounds. The wind is coming towards the cameras here on this pitch, so if you want to get that one back in the field, you got to put a lot more curve on it than he did there.
Yeah, Fabio Coppi going the other way showed how you throw that huck. Keep it in field, lots of outside in edge on it. And yeah, they take the lead 1-0.
So you said that Amsterdam lost to Alba earlier on in the power pool. Do you have any idea what happened with CUSB Fotta51's first game?
I believe they may have. Did they put Free Speed? Is that the other team in this group?
I think it might be, yeah.
I think they lost on University Free Speed.
Okay. So power pool's heating up here. Tom's Tourney Day 2, as we're going to get our first look at the Amsterdam Ultimate Club O-line as Tjeerd Atez gets the centering pass. His brother Louis Atez getting the disc on the sideline. Gets it into Andrik Dumas with a great pickup off the ground. Centered Walt Janssen, the big Krut man, puts it deep for Chris Harris, the goer from Germany, and that's an easy score for the Dutch boys.
Yeah, that was some beautiful offense there. Came out that 3-4 horizontal stack, and a lot of good options downfield. We see Chris Harris with the goal. Usually plays with Heidi's, who've been knocked down into the power pool, so I'm glad he's here playing with Amsterdam in the power pools. But yeah, I like that 3-4. They had Alp as well, Walt Janssen downfield. A lot of really good options, good spacing. Everyone there an option as a deep receiver. So yeah, their O-line is looking good in the first point.
A much cleaner offensive hold than we saw at Fotta51, Liam.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of kind of D-line players on the Fotta. I think they are going to be scrappy, but if they turn over it, they're likely to get it back. You see Togneti there is going to be good on both sides of the disc.
So Fotta51 here, a combination of CUSB Fotta and CUSB 051, which is the next team in Bologna. So maybe they put a lot of their Fotta guys in the O-line and a lot of the 051 guys in the D-line as they are going to progress through this tournament. That's why Togneti and Laffi may be doing a bit more offensive contributions here.
Yeah, the 051 is the area code phone number for Bologna, so that's where that comes out of. Not David's age.
He's getting there, he's getting there. Laffi with the disc again. Guarded by Andres Odessens, Latvian player playing for Amsterdam. Gets it centered. Amsterdam really pushing Fotta51 back here, not shutting down all the options downfield. Only very small gainers available so far. Really like this aggressive defense from Amsterdam. Tor Harms with the disc. The man from Bern is Tognetti. Joris Steneker gets a bid, but Tognetti comes down with it. I like that matchup. So Tognetti puts up a big one, and that one's going to be a bit too far as Amsterdam get another chance. Again, this Fotta51 offensive line really not looking as strong as Amsterdam so far.
Yeah, Amsterdam putting a lot of pressure on everyone there. We saw Steneker right up behind Tognetti. As you said, a good matchup. Steneker didn't do the sprints in the warm-up earlier. That's why I got to chat to him for a bit. Said he wasn't feeling, the hamstring's a bit tight, but just maybe want to take a little break for the sprints. But well able to run after Tognetti there.
So Anders Odesson's here to pick up the disc. The man from Salaspils moved to Amsterdam. Gets the centering pass to Steneker. I like that nice little cheeky inside dump pass. High release to Boston de Jong. Coming back from his season at the AUDL last year. Dishes it off to Odessons. Back to Steneker. Good movement here from Amsterdam so far, but nothing has been easy for them. A pick is called, and I think that's going to be a turnover, as that did not affect the play.
Could be a get out of jail free card. He's saying turnover, Steneker. You see him using the WFTF hand signal of rotating your hand to a flat palm, saying it is a turnover.
Now the Fotta51 off to the races. Giulio Scazieri centers just to Tor Harms. He finds the inside shot, and Tognetti gets the score. But again, that was the better offensive possession there, but the offensive total point causing a turn Amsterdam and getting a break opportunity, not capitalizing as the Fotta51 make it 2-1.
Tor Harms picking up an assist after getting the first goal, so that's been involved in both scores now. Yeah, it's good to see Fabio Coppi playing the center-handed role. We saw that in previous years for Fotta, but it's kind of been overtaken by the younger guys in the team, but back in the position he loves so well, and he's playing good so far in this game. Let's see if we can have that stellar offensive line from Amsterdam again, if they can just trot it in like they did last time.
We see here Alan Fitzpatrick taking the field, an Irish compatriot. You know this guy, Alan, I get a little bit.
Yeah, Alan played for the Irish men's team in 2016 when they did very well. They looked like a strong team. Kind of a fun, happy guy. He's in great throws, great in the air. Sometimes he struggles to get involved a little bit. He just likes kind of hanging around, but he's an incredible player when he wants to be.
That's the big guy wearing the USA jersey here on this Amsterdam offensive line. See a lot of the same players coming out in the previous line, though, as Niels Bohm, another Krutz player. A lot of Krutz guys on this offensive line here for Amsterdam. Cheert Atez with the disc, as Fotta seem to be coming out in a bit of a poachy look. Seems to be one person just poaching off, and that's a hand block from the big Italian.
That is Riccardo Maruzzi, actually a goalkeeper in Serie B previously.
Interesting stuff there, but that was not a good end zone offensive set there, even though they had the nice hand block. So Amsterdam got another chance to get that one back.
Yeah, a lot of big people in the front of this Fotta zone, as we saw there. Maruzzi with the hand block. I think it's a good idea. There's a lot of deep threats on the Amsterdam team, so playing a zone might suit them a bit better.
And there again, Niels Bohm with his second turnover, but he's going to get a foul on that one and get that one back.
Oh, who's that in the market? It's our favorite Davide Mori.
Davide Mori, we've got to get some close-up shots of him this game. He will surely be entertaining to watch, as always. And he's not happy about the foul call.
You know what? Davide Mori probably has one of the best marks in Ultimate. Unfortunately,
it's not legal.
Sometimes it's not legal. Sometimes it is as well. If you keep it legal, it's a great mark.
So Niels Bohm getting the disc again. That's an illegal mark that I'm seeing right now. He's both straddling and wrapping.
I think disc space was obviously one of the many infractions.
So Chris Harris with the disc. The defending end zone, the Fotta defense is really stifling here. Louis Atez getting the disc now. Looking for an option. There's the big high pass meant for Chris Harris, but that one's not going to work. And Walt Janssen couldn't come down with it either. And that's another big pass. Davide Mori, can he come down with it? No, he cannot.
Yeah, that was
looked like he was going to call something, but I think he's just upset, yelling at his teammates.
This D-line defense is incredible from Fotta, but their offense is terrible so far.
Alan Fitzpatrick with a nice big swing. Maybe that'll help to open things up here as Louis Atez gets the disc on the sideline, but that big zone is coming coming for him.
I think they need to get Al Fitzpatrick's more involved in this zone offense. Oh, that's a beautiful scuba.
It's a nice catch there by the Amsterdam guys. And Niels Baum with a drop. He's usually the most solid player on crit, but he's had 3 turnovers so far this game. Not having the best game of himself there, Mr. Baum. And who's going to pick up the disc here, Liam? We're going to see maybe our first huck from Davide Mori. There it is. And it's down.
I thought that option was on. We saw Chris Harris wasn't looking at the disc of the defender, so didn't see it coming, but
throw was just a little bit off target, I think. Hard to get those throws off in this wind.
I don't know if he fully committed to the cut there.
Yeah, of course, you'll never fault Davide Mori, Liam. You'll never fault Davide Mori.
No. Well, I see Davide picking up the disc. It's going deep. You know, it's just so much the cutter's fault for not believing it's going deep.
I'm not sure what the play is here. Davide seems to be walking the disc up, which is not legal. Interesting decision. Wants to get this game moving for some reason. Alan Fitzpatrick with the disc on the sideline. He puts up a big disc to Walt Janssen. It's going to be a lot of time for him to get under that, and the big crit man gets there. Now to Bohm. Bohm gets it back to Janssen. He's on the doorstep and easily finds Tjeerdatis for the score, and that looked a lot better from the Dutch offensive line.
That's kind of what I wanted him to do against the zone. Get someone like Al, someone there with a big arm, put up the space, because I think they have the matchups in the air all day. You see,
especially if Tognetti's playing O-line.
Yeah, Bologna, and a lot of their tallest players are actually in the front of that zone. They didn't have a very tall, deep. So with the likes of Janssen, Harris, Alan Fitzpatrick's, they're going to win that matchup a lot of times. So they try to play small ball, didn't work, so just lash it to the big boys.
2-2 the score here, and that was, again, Fotta51 putting some pressure, because the first offensive point of Amsterdam was very easy. That one a lot more difficult. Really good on the Amsterdam defense to stop Fotta51 with 3 red zone opportunities. I don't know if you want to give credit to the Amsterdam defense or give some harsh words to the D-line offense of Fotta51, but either way, they get it done. Equalize here as Amsterdam will get another chance here on D, and Fotta51 with their players like Tora Harms, Arturo Laffi, Luca Tognetti coming back out on offense. Fabio Coppi with the disc, getting it to Laffi. Swinging across as Amsterdam their zone is not really getting set. I think they're trying to play a zone defense, but Laffi's just gonna jack that one deep. And that, oh, Steneker, enough to get pressure to make the bobble happen, but that tip got in the air, and Fotta51 came down with that one.
Yeah, the Amsterdam zone definitely not as effective as the Italian one. They just cut through that like a knife through butter. That was an easy score. Ended up bobbling up in the air in the end, got in the second attempt, but I still think a good throw from Laffi.
Definitely a good throw from Laffi, and good focus there from Eduardo Trombetti to get that one as a catch. Good pressure from Steneker, though. He did I thought that catch was going to be easy on the first attempt, and Steneker definitely forced him to bobble the first one, but it's not enough to get the D, and it's going to be 3-2 for the boys in blue.
So we see Amsterdam have a strong roster for this tournament. Do you think they're going to have a strong roster all season, Ravi? Or
No, they're not. The problem with Amsterdam is, of course, a lot of the strength on this roster comes from their Grut boys, and Grut will be, I talked to Walt Janssen last night, they're making another regionals finals run this year, so they're planning to go there with their mixed squad to try and win another gold. So this will probably be the only international iteration of this squad that we'll see in full force. I mean, it's not just the Grut guys that are good on this team. They have, like we're talking about, Chris Harris, Alan Fitzpatrick, Andres Odessens, a lot of international talent stepping on this Amsterdam team this year. But without the Grut boys, I'm not sure they're going to quite be able to make it out of the central region. As we see Louis Atez here. Seems like Lafota, no, they're going with a bit of that poachy thing again. But Janssen finding some space, and he puts it deep this time for Chris Harris. As you said, they have the height matchup. The question is, can Chris Harris find position? Andrik Dumas goes up, and everybody goes under it, but Louis Atez, oh, almost picks up that trash, but can't come down with it.
Yeah, he probably should have. Looks like he had it in that little roll and tumble that just squirted out. Yeah, everyone tried to read the disc there. I don't think anyone got a good read on it.
So we're going to get another look at this 0-51 offense. 0-51 D-line offense, sorry. Haven't been able to do much. Just Davide Mori is going to be looking for the huck for sure, as there's a pick downfield.
Yeah, collision there. A few people on the ground. think this will be coming in maybe stall 1 or 2.
But do you think it's going to be a huck, Liam?
Yes, I do.
As there it is to the big man. Walt Janssen's going to be under it. Oh, that one floated up, popped up a little bit. And Andrik Dumas, actually, Walt Janssen held the Bologna player at bay as Andrik Dumas came up and ate that defensive up. Janssen now with a disc, center of the field. Fotta resetting their zone. Finds a nice floaty pass to Andrik. I think that was meant for Dumas, but Louiate's cleaning it up. This time able to make the cleanup on the garbage play. He finds the big swing over to Chris Harris. Harris surveying the field. Finds a nice pop into Janssen. Janssen finds Dumas. Lots of space behind the disc once they pop through that zone.
We see here number 7, Panzavolta, playing deep for the Italian side, and he is not a tall player at all.
No. And that's a big, bladey throw from Mr. Ates to Andrik Dumas, who comes up big with the bookends there for Amsterdam.
Yeah, the man with the yellow hat stayed focused there. An Italian player closing in, but he knew he had time and just catches the end zone with ease. And yeah, I think they just have to play big ball here with that zone. They don't look that comfortable, the handlers, playing small, quick passes like the Italian side did. So just again, they have the mismatch with that deep shot. I'd take it every time.
It seems to be working for him. Seems to be working for him. Although on that deep shot, that short guy we're talking in the backfield for Fotta51, he was somehow able to get Harris out of that play. I don't know what exactly happened there. But yeah, I think that is where they have the advantage, and they need to keep playing to that. And there you see that Hrut blade from Chirtates. It's really hard to stop. It did look like the Fotta51 was going to get a hand on it. And but scores equalized here as both offensive lines have been perfect in terms of their scoring, not perfect in terms of their possession. Arturo Laffi to pick up the disc. Gets to Kopi. Tognetti. Tora Harms looking deep. I thought Tognetti definitely would have put that, but he decided not to. Steneker with a very aggressive mark. Gets to Harms, guarded by Boston de Jong. Harms puts it out big. Oh, and just a bit of a misread there from the Dutch defender, Tom Blossman. And Tognetti comes down with another score.
Yeah, that's where Tognetti belongs, in the end zone. Great read of the disc, catches it with ease.
4-3 in the Italians' favor. Like you said in Tom's tourney, if they can just win the flip, they might be able to win this game, as both offenses playing pretty well, but I think it's both D-line offenses not really able to capitalize on the turns they're getting.
Yeah, and that's why I suggest Amsterdam to keep hucking it, because I don't think this Fotta's 51 size has the ability to work the whole way up the field. I think they're gonna regret those 3 chances they had for the short field break earlier in this game, because maybe Amsterdam won't let them with that opportunity again. I think a lot of the time this D-line offense is going to be Davide hucking and hoping. I think that's what's going to happen. I'd stop forcing backhand, which they have been, because that's allowing Davide to do that with greater ease.
The problem with the huck and hope is that if Amsterdam expects it, they have such a height advantage that they can just get some bodies. If they get, especially this Amsterdam O-line, they get Fitzpatrick, Janssen, and Harris expecting that huck. There's no way that Fotta51 is going to be able to come down with any of those options from Davide Mori. Louis Ates gets the cheered Ates. The Ates brothers handling here on this Amsterdam O-line. Niels Bohm with that lovely, lovely wrapping mark from Davide Mori. Louis Ates gets the disc over to Chris Harris, and there's a pick called.
Hard to get a pick with his own defense.
I think that's Italian. That's an Italian call there.
Like, who are you closely marking? That,
yeah, I don't know who called the pick either. Is it Davide calling it? I'm very confused. There's the big shot up to Harris, so it's exactly where it was going to be without the call anyways. As Louis Ates picks up the disc. There's the big shot for Dumas, but that's just a little too low of a disc. As we see Leandro Calabrese, nope. He's about to pick up the disc. Davide waved that off, as he is definitely just going to throw this one long. He's looking nowhere except long. Up there, he does get the disc dished off. But disc right back in his hands again. There's the shot. Louis Ates is underneath it, and that shot's going to be a bit too, not quite enough on it.
So the Amsterdam O-line have it back in a difficult place, coffin corner here.
Chiridates does find Niels Boom to get himself out of that corner. Nice inside shot to Janssen. He gets back to Fitzpatrick. Louis Ates to Fitzpatrick to Chiridates. Ates brothers using Fitzpatrick as a little connection there. Niels Boom. A lot of pressure from this Fotta zone, but Amsterdam's got to jack it out of here.
Yeah,
get that disc downfield.
This is the man to do it if they have to.
Yeah, but no one's going for it. Ates now in their defending end zone. Back to Walt Janssen. No one's going deep. Absolutely no one's going deep. That's a big pass over to Alan Fitzpatrick. And there goes. That's the shot that they needed. Chris Harris, is he going to be able to get underneath that? No, he's not. Number 7, Lorenzo Panzavolta. Little man gets the deep. Yeah,
I thought that wind was going to carry it over to the near sideline where Harris is waiting for it, but it kind of died in the air, and Lorenzo Panzavolta, probably a quick man. That's probably why he's in as deep. He can cover a lot of ground quickly.
Again, we see Calabrese walk towards the disc, and Davide calling him off, saying, no, my friends.
I just can't believe Amsterdam are sticking with this backhand force. I think Alf's going to go quite flat here.
We do see everyone in Amsterdam playing behind their man. They know exactly what the Fotta51 are trying to do here. They want to force this turn with a short field opportunity. There we see Panzavolta getting the disc. Alan Fitzpatrick getting the Davide Mori. They're a little bit of a bobble, but they're able to hold on to it. And that's the layout D from Andrik Dumas. The man has been playing incredibly so far this game. That yellow hat must be doing some magic. Chiridates now, short field to work with, finds the easy around break to Chris Harris, and that's a nice score. Andrik Dumas, though, this game, that's 2 big Ds he's come up with for this team. Great player. Back when I played in Amsterdam a few years ago, he had a hernia surgery, I believe, and he was out for a couple of years. It's really great to see him back out there and making huge athletic plays for Amsterdam.
Yeah, it's tough for this CUSB Fotta51 side. They're getting the opportunities to break, but just struggling with their D-line offense. You wonder who's going to break first in this game, or if anyone's going to break.
And you do wonder if Amsterdam do break first, are Fotta51 going to stack that D-line a bit heavier to try and get that break? Because if they break once, and then it's going to rely on this D-line to score again, is it going to happen? As we see Davide Mori starting to get that. I don't know if we got a camera on him, but it's getting that emotion out already.
Passion is good. Passion is good in the sport, particularly I think on the sideline. Maybe not so much on the field in the game, but I like it on the sideline. Yeah, I expect both teams to maybe stack some lines as we get into the business end. If it's still tied.
Yeah, I do believe that Amsterdam can put a bit of those big men on defense that could help them. But right now they're sticking with their typical D-line as Laffy gets the disc, centers to Coppi. Coppi puts up a big huck to Tognetti. You cannot let that man go deep, Mr. De Jong. Back to Trombretti. And that's a big pass from Tognetti. And that's a nice, easy score from the Fotta51. You cannot give Tognetti a deep space like that.
Yeah, Luke Tognetti, one of the under-24 captains from last year that got a silver medal in Perth. Also, was he one of our defensive players of the year?
He should have been.
I think he was. Yeah, you might recognize him with a face mask on as he was wearing one at WCC. Broke his nose but continued playing.
Don't know if you guys can hear some nice Irish sidelining going on here.
Some commentators in training there on the sideline with some Rouge Zot, some nice Belgian beer.
Crack dealers in full force on the sideline.
Yeah, got absolutely hockeyed by Rebel Ultimate this morning.
Really?
In the lower pool, yeah.
Really? The Irish matchup didn't go so well for him, did it?
Playing Rebel Ultimate at 9 o'clock is not a good thing because they didn't party, and I can definitely say the crack dealers did.
So we'll see here again, scores 5-4 in favor of the Italians. Amsterdam O-line been able to come down with a lot so far this game. That zone definitely giving them a bit of trouble, though. And you do see Laffy has crossed over here onto the D line, as well as Tourney, so they are stacking this line as they're forcing Chirates to go to the ground. Walt Janssen with the disc now. Gets to Niels Bohm. Bohm finds Janssen. Janssen with the big swing to Louis Ates. Ates with the scoober to Bohm. Oh, and he just can't come down with it. Mr. Reliable, just not reliable today. And Tourney himself with a bit of a bobble. Wow.
He was feeling pretty bad for Bohm. He's like, wow, this guy's having a terrible game. I might just take one for him to take the camera off him. Catches this one though, Bohm.
Alan Fitzpatrick, the disc on the sideline. There's Bohm. Gets the disc over to Chris Harris. Back over to Niels Bohm. Fitzpatrick, lots of little throws into that cup. Seems to be working for him, able to find little holes. That's a big blade over the top to Walt Janssen, and that's a crit throw if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, looking for little holes. That was a tiny hole. He tries to thread the needle there. Barely a hole at all, but manages to find Janssen, just blades it right to him.
If it works, it works, and that's the score is even up there, 5-5, and we did see that Fotta51 stacked that D-line to try and get that break. Laffy was on there, Tourney was on there. Are they going to come back onto this O-line, or are they going to step off the field?
Yeah, that's what you don't want to do, is stack the D-line, get a turn or two, have a long point, and then have to go out again. Yeah,
Laffy is getting back on the field. I don't see Tourney's coming back as well, so they're still keeping this strict O-line, which I think is the right call here, as the game is really tight at 5-5.
Yeah, sometimes I like to see maybe a timeout before or after a point if you stack the line. Only one timeout per team here. Not allowed within 5 minutes of the hard cap. We got a game coming up later, CUSB Shout and the Swiss national team. I think that's in an hour's time. We'll have a 1 hour gap. But the Swiss women's national team, Ravi, not doing too well for you in the old picks.
No, they actually lost to the Amsterdam Ultimate Club women earlier on. For those who don't know about those picks, if you're tuning in, you can check out Liam and I's podcast, Eurozone, through Ultiworld. We had a little bit of a picks competition. I called Amsterdam Ultimate Club to make semis, so if they can get something going here. The wind is picking up, which should favor the Amsterdam right now, as the Fotta51 are going to have to drive through it. Get it to Harms in the middle of the field as he puts up a big huck. And that's going to work. Over to Calabrese. And that's a nice offensive point. The wind is nothing for Tora Harms, the man from Bern, making big throws for Bologna.
Leonardo Marzigli there with a goal. Yeah, both of these teams with a loss already in this power pool. So this is probably the whole tournament here for these teams. If they want to make quarters, they're probably going to have to win this game, more than likely. Could be a three-way tie. Definitely in this group, it's very, very even. But yeah, they definitely want to win this one.
Score now 6-5 for the Fotta51.
None of us picked the Fotta51 to make semis, did we, Ravi?
You picked it in your article. In the article, you picked them to make semis, but not on the podcast.
No.
Spread out enough picks around. One of them is going to be right, Liam.
You think so, but right now, none of them are looking too good. I had to throw a game against Chevy yesterday just to make sure that they make semis.
All right, so we see the strong Amsterdam O-line come back, and we do see the likes of Tora Harms, Luca Togneti, Arturo Laffy, lots of stacked talent on this D-line as the Fotta51 are not giving their young guys too much of a chance here.
I think it's a really good idea to do it if they're playing zone like they are. You know what I mean? You can stick Togneti or someone deep. They're not going to have to run a lot. You see them in the mids now, Laffy and Togneti, so they're probably not going to have to run as much as they usually would on defense.
That just pops up as Alan Fitzpatrick is able to come down with it. Gets it over to Walt Janssen. Ates. Janssen. Not a lot of pressure here from this Italian side. That throw is low, and that's going to be called down. Hit a blade of grass there on the way up, Liam.
Yeah.
Davide Mori now with the disc, and this is a very strong Fotta51 D-line offense with Tora Harms getting the disc up in the middle of the field. Now back to Mori again. Mori, he goes for Laffy, but that one's going to be eaten up by Alan Fitzpatrick. Not a good throw there from David.
That was a bad choice. I didn't mind him doing that with the other D-lines, but they had a very strong D-line there. They could play small ball, keep it safe. Didn't have to force that one.
Again, one break here could be extremely crucial for both teams. And this point going long is in favor of Amsterdam because all the big players on the Fotta51 are on this line, and if they get tired, they might force a turn later on when they play offense. But more than keeping the point long, I have to score the point, Amsterdam. Louis Ates with the Davide Mori mark, gets it over to Alan Fitzpatrick.
See Alan Fitzpatrick pointing deep there. Chris Harris just hanging out on the sideline. I think he needs to try that one again. I know it didn't work out last time, but you have Alf and Harris there. You just got to send it, you know what I mean?
And the wind has died down a bit for him too, so this is the time to do it. You never know when that wind's going to pick back up, just as I say it. Scuba over the top to Janssen. Gets it over to Harris, as now they seem to be open up the field. Harris gets it back to Chirdates.
We see the middle of this zone. We have Tognetti, Laffy.
I thought Laffy was going to bid for that disc that Chris Harris was able to come down with. If he left his feet, I think he might have got the D there. But right now, Chirdates gets the disc over to Fitzpatrick as they're now at their attacking brick mark. Allen with the hammer fake. Chirdates, now that's going to open things up if he hits Janssen. Janssen's all alone. Laffy picks him up though. There's the big hammer for Louis Ates in the back of the end zone, and he's going to come down with that one as Amsterdam equalize again, 6-6. Great stuff from Amsterdam there to keep that point long, keep the Italians, get them tired a bit, and now all those big players are going to have to come back and play O again. That's the 4th point in a row that a lot of these players are going to be playing, Liam.
Yeah, you know, I played yesterday with a team of 11 people. It's fine.
I'm just saying it's good for them strategically. I'm not saying it's going to force the turn, but it's better for them to get them a little more tired than not.
I didn't see too much, but let's say Tory Hams was deep there. I'm sure he's not too tired. The mids, okay, probably to work a little more, but I like that. Get your good players on and put them in positions in the zone where they're not going to run too much.
But how many points in a row can you do it?
Lots.
Lots? Lots and lots.
If you're deep in the zone, it's fine. Tory Hams,
he'll be fine. But Laffy there, you know, he's got to do a lot of work for this offense line as well.
Yeah, it's true. It's definitely true. I'm surprised they haven't called a timeout yet.
Nah. Timeout loses all your fantasy points, Liam. That's no good.
It's a way to do something cool before you call a timeout. That's how it works.
6-6 score here. O-lines both scored 100% of the time. As we see Amsterdam yet to stack their D-line. That's Laffy to pick up the pull. Amsterdam coming down with Copy in the middle of the field. Gets it to Tognetti. Tognetti sees Trombetti streaking deep, but doesn't hit him. Big throw up for Harms. He's able to come down with it though. Harms looking for the around, and that one's, is that one up? That's down on the ground as Amsterdam's gonna have another chance here. They still haven't stacked the line though, so they still don't have the exact strongest offensive players out there.
Yeah, forced backhand there from Amsterdam, switching up the force. I think that actually helped them out.
Blossman with a disc, and that's a little bit of a drop there from Aaron Morrison. Very unfortunate to squander that opportunity on a first throw turnover. See Laffy. Laffy looks for the around, he finds the around. Oh, that one popped up with the wind. He got a little saved on that one. Air bounce, that's nice, another inside shot from the Italians. Marsigli gets the low throw to Laffy. Laffy with another low throw over to Caracini. Tognetti now with the disc on the sideline. Definitely not easy for these 51 players. This is the, a little bit. There's the disc from Laffy to Tognetti, and now he has the field in front of him. That's the inside shots to Coppi for the score, but then that was a lot of good pressure from that Amsterdam defense. Definitely made things difficult. I think if I was Amsterdam right now, you got to score this 0 point, you got to call a timeout and stack your D-line. It's got to do it at some point.
Yeah, that was the best chance I think they had to break there. They had a lot of time, half field to go, and just first pass drop. That's crushing. And then Fabio Coppi, the veteran, scoring. Not often you see him getting goals in the end zone, usually throwing them. But yeah, great end zone offense. When they got down to the end zone, they looked a lot better there, Bologna.
Yeah, there were a lot of very, very like low passes they had to come up with. I do think that Amsterdam's defense was looking pretty good. Sadly, Fotta can't come up with those discs though.
I think the actual force backhand was working better.
Yeah.
They changed the force on that point. I like to see. Keep mixing up your defense. If it's not working, try something else.
We do see Laffy coming on for, I believe this is his 5th point in a row right now. Harm's not coming on this time.
I think they recognize that if they want to make quarters or do well in this tournament, they have to win this game. This is a must-win. If they don't win it, they're going to probably spread out the roster a lot more. They're out of contention, but as long as they're still in a chance of winning or making quarters, they're going to stack the lines a little more.
Tourney is taking a point off after 4 in a row, but Laffy's still staying on the field. The Amsterdam O-line, pretty much the same guys as always. See Andrik Dumas back out there. Wind really picking up here on this field as Chirates gets the pull. Gets it over to Niels Bohm. Back to Ates. Ates got the Laffy matchup. Janssen now finds Alan Fitzpatrick. And there's a travel call 2 throws ago.
Yeah, it was quite a while ago. It's going back to Janssen, I believe. David Murray with the call.
I do believe it didn't affect play, though.
I think it went on 2 passes and people
That
stopped
doesn't
playing.
matter. But I don't think that affected the possession, though.
David, I know there are multiple people that stopped playing, a while ago. I know you say that pass doesn't matter, but there's other people in lane, other things going on.
Yeah, but it was a turnover. It didn't help the turnover not happen.
I think if 3 or 4 people stop playing for 4 or 5 seconds, that.
All right. Let's get back into the action here. As Andrik Dumas gets the centering pass to Ates, and Laffy, you can see why he's been playing 5 in a row. Finally gets the D, and now he's going to have the disc in his hand. A little bit more of a safe option than Maury picking up the disc. Great defense here from Amsterdam as he finds Maury. Janssen on the mark. Nice big floaty pass, and that one's going to go over, but it's going to be saved as Fotta now are in a very short field opportunity. Dumas trying to do his best, but that's going to be D'd up by Chris Harris as Janssen gets the disc.
That could have been the game there. That was a big moment.
It looked really good, too. I like that holster from Ates and able to get that nice confident pass up to Fitzpatrick. And that's going to be a D as Fitzpatrick did not attack that disc. I don't know if he didn't see that defender there. He just sat there waiting for it.
Yeah, I think he thought he was being unmarked there. Again, Laffy picking up the sideline, force backhand.
Force backhand again. Over to Maury. And Maury calls a timeout.
And that's a good timeout call there. They're in the middle of the field. They have some strong players on. They've been running a lot, though. Give Laffy a break, give a few others a break, and see if they can bang this one in.
And we see Fitzpatrick having a few words there with David. I don't know if he's talking about the stall count or what, but trying to get in his head a little bit. That's always good strategy to see if you can get Davide riled up. Yeah. He's got the disc in his hand.
Alan's usually quiet, but he's a strong personality. He's been marketing him a lot of the game, Davide, so yeah, I'm sure they're enjoying that matchup.
2 big men here on this field.
I think you got to come off with some creative play now, Bologna. Try and do something a bit outside the box to try and create some space.
I think what they're going to do is have Davide huck it deep.
I like that, as long as it's not to Alan Fitzpatrick or Chris Harris, you know what I mean? Whoever's been marked by Ates or whatever.
Alan's probably going to be marking Davide, so they got one of those big guys out of there. It's Harris, Janssen, you got to worry about downfield at the moment right now. And Andrik Dumas has actually come out with 2 plays as well. So there's a lot of options you don't want to be throwing deep to right now. Yeah. Rain's starting to come down here, Bologna. About to pick up the disc.
Did you say Bologna?
Bologna about to pick up the disc.
It doesn't feel like we're in Bologna anyway.
Well, the weather wasn't that great at Bologna Invite, I have to tell you. It wasn't this bad, but.
I can tell you, sir, you were not at the Siege of Limerick. Yeah, it was pretty sunny here last year. I remember walking around with flip-flops, had my sun cream on. I actually still am a tiny bit sunburned, which is classic Irish man. Soggy in rain and sunburned.
Aside from that, we have seen some great ultimate, great upsets. A lot of interesting results here at Tom's Tourney 2019.
I think that
there's some hail coming down now. Fitzpatrick marking the disc on Davide Mori.
Could be the hail.
There's the big Hail Mary, and Laffy could not come down with it. It's coming down pretty hard now, though.
That is the Hailstone Mary, as it's called.
Chirdates now centers the disc to Bohm. Bohm finds Alan Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick to Ates. Back to Fitzpatrick. Nobody marking him. Davide Mori coming off. To no avail, as that's a big shot over to Janssen, and he misreads it just a hair. I think if he had ran that one down, he might have had a chance at it.
Absolutely no reason for him to jump and try and take that in the air. He could have ran that one down. It looked like a perfect throw. Bit of a mistake there.
So Laffy now going to pick up the disc. Fitzpatrick taking the Laffy matchup instead of the Mori matchup this time. Got Ates on Mori downfield.
Now eating some refreshing hailstones. I can tell you they're crunchy and tasty hailstones.
Here we go, Fotta51 with the chance to get the first break of the game. Now the conditions have lightened up a bit. Laffy trying to get the 1-2. Gets it over. I think that's Trombetti with the disc. And there's the disc, and Davide Mori collects the score, and with the aggressive spike as they take the score up to 8-6 now here in Tom's Tourney 2019.
Yeah, the casual catch followed by the not so casual spike. Yeah, that is a big moment, and that's probably going to win them the game, I think.
It's now 8-6. I'm not sure what the time is looking like.
And since they started on offense, Fotta51, Amsterdam now going to have to break twice to win this game.
In the short rounds, 50 minutes. We're now 5 minutes left in the game. So this is, yeah, can be really hard for Amsterdam to get 2 breaks, and they're gonna have to get one more hold as we hear the 5-minute jingle. No timeouts left. Amsterdam not able to use theirs this game, but I guess that's all for the best as they're trying to get as much game time as possible to get more chances to get that break.
Perfectly timed timeout there from the Fotta51 side. Had the opportunity to break, got the break in, and now pretty much wrapped up this game. I'll say it's likely to come out with the zone again, try and slow them down, try and get to the time cap if they can drag this point out.
And we do see Amsterdam with a few different players transitioning onto the O-line as Joris Steneker comes out, as well as I think that's the likes of Jura Tanja. So not the same O-line we'd seen before.
Yeah, no Alan Fitzpatrick, maybe a little tired after that last point.
Chirdates gets the disc to Bohm. Now Walt Janssen. He throws up a prayer, and Chris Harris is all alone for it. I don't exactly know what the Fotta defense was doing, but Chris Harris gets that one strongly. As he finds Niels Bohm again. Steneker bobbles that disc. Hadn't touched too many discs this game playing on the D-line. Tognetti now with the chance to really put a nail in this coffin as he gets the disc over to Tora Harms, who's completely alone. Tora Harms now with the complete field to work with. And that's another score and another break for Fotta51 as they have basically shut this game down, and it's going to be pretty much impossible for Amsterdam to come back now.
Gabriel Tassoni there with the score. Also wearing a face mask, so maybe borrowed one off Luca Tognetti, who had one before. And yeah, we saw there number 99, Luca Coppi, outside the end zone. Younger brother of Fabio Coppi.
Can't have too many copies on the field.
Few copycats.
All right. 9-6 score here with Fotta up in front now. Amsterdam have to get a score and 3 breaks if they want to win this one. As we do see that Amsterdam pretty much deciding to put quite some D-line players on this point. Anders Odesson's coming on. Morrison, who had that actual first throw drop when Amsterdam's D-line got the disc, is now coming onto the O-line. Maybe they're just saying, no, we need to get our guys a bit more experience against these types of defenses.
Yeah, he's on 0% catches. Right now, I think it was just 1 touch of the disc, which is unfortunate.
Very unfortunate.
You see how Turlafi has his rain jacket on now. He's done. He's ready to go. He's going to have a nice coffee, a few biscuits. He's going to head for the tent now. Job's done.
It's Amsterdam here with another chance to at least have a chance to try and score again. The Fotta51 coming out with the zone, trying to keep the points long, as they have a big pass from Louis Ates that's completely eaten up by the Fotta51 defense. And that's going to be another score. The book ends for Giulio Scottari as he makes the score 10-6. It's not looking good for Amsterdam anymore. They really played well up to 6-6, Liam, but things are really falling off since then.
Melting here in the Bruges rain like a wicked witch of the west there, just melting away.
As the rain's starting to really come down now. Back, it's turned into hail. It was rain for the briefest of moments. Back to hail again. We have a little lunch break after this one, Liam. I'll be happy to go spend some time in the tent if this is going to keep coming.
Yeah, as all hail breaks loose here.
How many hail puns do you have, Liam? I can see you came with a bunch of it.
I've had a lot of opportunities to think of them. This is
Oh, that's really painful to me. I'm not out on the field.
My hair is hurting, Ravi. I don't know how that works or why that's happening, but my hair hurts.
All right. So Amsterdam with a chance here to score is 10-6. Oh my God, that hurts my face.
It's almost as painful as Amsterdam's performance the last 10 minutes now.
Jesus, Liam. That's the glory of the end of game jingle coming down on us. This will be the last point of this game. Chirdates has the disc. Hail has now transitioned to rain. Big throw up to Janssen, and Janssen goes for the one-handed grab. It's picked downfield.
Yeah, the ice pick, as they call it. Scrape the ice off my pants.
So Ates with the disc. Finds Fitzpatrick. A lot of pressure there from the Italians, still putting a lot of pressure on defense. Fitzpatrick puts out a big one for Walt Janssen. It's short, and Janssen can't come up with it. Tora Harms picks it up quickly. Gets the inside shot. Fotta looking to finish this game out strong. That's a big pass, and it's going to be over the head to Janssen. Janssen tries to find Dumas. Can Dumas come up with it? No. Oh, yes, he can. No, he can't. Wow, roller coaster emotions here on this last point, Liam.
Yeah, he slipped initially. Didn't think he was going to get there. Then got there, then maybe a strip called.
I mean, if I was the Fotta51, just give him the catch so this game can
be
over.
It's really important for them to end this game as soon as possible. It's in their advantage.
This discussion isn't helping anyone, I can tell you that much.
Not my pants, anyway.
I do think Dumas had... Oh, he retracted the call. I thought he did have possession at some point, but I don't know if the contact caused him to lose possession or not. Fotta51 have full field to work with. Looks off Tora Harms. Amsterdam still fighting, putting a lot of pressure on the Fotta downfield defense.
For how much of an irrelevant point this is, both teams are certainly taking their time and
discussing calls, making sure it's all resolved properly. There's a big throw, and that one's going to sail out the side. And I really hope this isn't going to end up to be a marathon points, because it's meaningless in terms of the game, and it would be great to finish this game up. Not going to lie.
Right there with you. Right? What was a very tight game 10, 15 minutes ago is now turned into an easy win for Bologna. Alf for the disc now. Lash it, Alf.
No, don't lash it. Turn it over here. It's
Yes!
Callahan, and that's the end of the game.
Great man, Alan Fitzpatrick.
36. Gabriele Tassoni with a big play to end the game in La Fotta's favor, and that'll do it for this matchup. 11-6 the final score. 6-6 to 11-6, Liam. What do you think happened to Amsterdam there at the end?
Well, Alan Fitzpatrick just dived on his own sword, I think.
Okay, not for the last point, but I mean for the last bit of the game. What changed?
Just that one break, you know, gave the 2-point lead to Bologna and then just crumbled Amsterdam, you know what I mean? Had to rotate some other people into their O-line and just couldn't hang. So, yeah, great performance by La Fotta, able to get the win, able to rest some of their top players the last 2 points as well. So, yeah, still looking strong.
Still looking strong. That'll do it for this stream here. 11-6, the final score. Fotta51 taking on Amsterdam Ultimate Club. We'll be back in 1 hour, taking a bit of a lunch break. Come back at 1 o'clock with the CUSB Shout versus the Switzerland women's team. So keep that YouTube feed hot and ready. I've been Rai Vasudevan.
And I've been Liam Grant.
See you on the next one.
Did you get any of that? It's a good show. Are we doing the next game? No.
Well, let's drop it down enough. Not the next one, sorry.
Yeah. So we got an hour break.
Woo!
I'm gonna try and go shake Boris down and try and get a couple.
The guy helped me. Didn't try and help him. I thought he was stealing my rain jacket. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? He was like, yeah. I was like, oh, you helped me.
Yeah.